Uh-oh. I know my Rise and Grinders are mad at me right now. Those of you that are watching a replay, you will never know the difference. If I didn't even say it, you would never know the difference. But those that are watching live are like, Glenn Lundy, you are 8 minutes behind today, sir. Sir, you are 8 minutes behind, and that is unacceptable. We're coming off of a holiday weekend, and we're going to need you to be right on time. Well, to those of you that normally join me right here at 5:30, I apologize. We had some technical difficulties this morning, but if I were to be honest, the real reason that I'm just a couple minutes behind is, dude, after a big old fireworks show, we have what's called a whole big old pile of firework trash. And technically, the trash people aren't supposed to pick up a bunch of firework trash, right? We're talking bags on 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 bags of trash, right? And luckily, my man Don Sankey, who's a beast, Don Sankey and his wife Kelly Sankey, they cleaned up the entire party, dude. Like, I woke up, we had this big old party, and I woke up yesterday morning late, like slept in. I woke up yesterday morning and everything was picked up. Everything was already done. Like, Don Sankey and his wife came over and cleaned our whole entire backyard, cleaned the whole party. Insane, right? So bags on bags on bags on bags on bags. So in order to make sure that those bags on bags on bags on bags on bags got picked up, because they're not supposed to get picked up, I had to go find an envelope, put some money in it, put a little note, like, thank you to the garbage people, right? The guys who pick up the garbage. Thank you for picking up our garbage. Here's a little cash on the side. You got to grease their palm, as they say, right? Grease their palm. And so that took me that took me off a little bit this morning too. So that's probably the real reason I'm late. But I did have some technical difficulty. And you're probably like, I don't care anymore. Just get on with the show. So I'm going to do that right now. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? All right, Instagram. See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday, July 5th, 2021. Unbelievable. Monday, July 5th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it will ever be Monday, July 5th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most. And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Hey, thanks for joining me here, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, Clubhouse, listening to the podcast, YouTube, wherever you're at. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had an amazing 4th of July weekend. Some of y'all are still celebrating today. I get that. I hope that you had an amazing 4th of July weekend. I hope that it has been and is filled with family and food and fun and fireworks and ultimately that big F word that we all know and love, right? Freedom. Freedom. That's my hope for you, man. I believe it's an amazing holiday. Like, I love the 4th of July. It is my favorite holiday all the way around. Last night, my wife and I were sitting on the back deck, and we were just watching like the fireworks pop off, you know, from all the different neighbors' houses and around the city that we could see from our house, right? We had done our show Saturday night, and so we were just sitting there kind of watching. We were sitting on the deck. We've got our pond, 2-acre pond, and 10 acres of land, and the lightning bugs are popping off, and it's a beautiful summer night. My wife was just like, I don't think a more beautiful picture could be painted. And when she said that to me, it just meant everything to me. It meant everything to hear that from my wife, dude. Like, when my wife and I's relationship started, it was rocky, to say the least. Like, it was rough. It was rough. And here we've had all these babies. We've been together a decade this year, or we've been married a decade this year, been together longer than that. For her to just be in that moment, like, man, a more beautiful picture can't be painted. Like, as a dude, as a husband, as a father, that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. That's what you want. So it was just a special moment for me last night, and the kids were down at the neighbor's house. They were making some s'mores. We have incredible neighbors. And again, the house was clean because the Sankeys, we didn't have to do any of that yesterday. I can't believe, man, the Sankeys, I am so grateful for you. Absolutely unbelievable, right? And it was just an epic weekend behind us. We dressed up on Saturday, and we had lots of Indies wings and had cheeseburgers and hot dogs. And we had friends and family members that came from all over, man. People came from all over the United States, right? My man TM came up from ATL, which was amazing, right? Sarah Ball came in from North Carolina. You guys know Sarah Ball. I got to spend time with people that I just met for the first time. Like, my man Rodney came up. We got to see Rodney, which was amazing. The Dailies came in from New York, which was super, super cool, right? John Paul and his family came all the way up from Louisiana. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous family. Then, of course, we had the people like, our neighbors that came by. We just have incredible neighbors, which is super, super fun. And then, of course, Carrie Lynn and Janelle Griego came over, and they were causing all kinds of crazy chaos because that's what they do, right? And of course, it's not a party without Bill Schomburg. My man Bill Schomburg came and showed up. And then Vicky Everett and the Twang sisters, they were all there. And they were all there, and Susan and the rest of the Twangs. Like, it's just incredible. A blend of old friends and new friends. Tamara from Clubhouse, she came down, and it's just really special. Danny, my friend Danny, who, by the way, if you're over 50 years old, you're male, you love Jesus, and you would love to do life with an incredibly vibrant and amazing superhuman, my friend Danny is single. Just letting you know. But she came out, man, it was just beautiful, right? And what I loved most about it is we had about 150 people at the house. The kids are running around, all these people from all these different states, people just from everywhere. Is amazing. And there were black people there, and there were white people there, and there were brown people there, and there were people of all different ages that were there, and people of all different backgrounds that were there. And together we were celebrating life, and together we were celebrating freedom. And it was beautiful. Celebrating life and celebrating freedom. Across all ethnicities, across all ages, across all backgrounds and belief systems, coming together and just celebrating life, right? Incredible, man. Incredible. And I was so thankful that my kids get to experience that. My kids have no idea that division exists on this planet. My kids have no idea that different colors means different things on this planet. All my kids know is that we come together, we have parties, we celebrate, we laugh, we play. That's all they know. And that we grow together, we work together, and we're all one team. And to me, that's what the 4th of July represents. All of us coming together and celebrating as one squad. So here we were, all these people in my backyard, all these different people, and it is a beautiful 75-degree day. And I just want to say what a gift. What a blessing. And ultimately, what a miracle, right? And I want to say thank you to everybody that came and joined us. And more than that, everybody that joins us here on hashtag Rise and Grind. Everybody that joins me on Breakfast with Champions in the mornings. All my hosts and moderators and speakers that help put all this together. Like, what happened at my house this weekend doesn't happen if it's not for each and every one of you. Showing up, hitting the share button, dropping the comments, creating the community. If you hitting the plus button, inviting your friends, promoting the show, buying a t-shirt, wearing a hat, using a hashtag, right? If you didn't help create this movement, I don't get that special weekend that I just got with my friends and family. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So I'm so thankful for all of you. Without you, I just could never have the life that I live today. So I want to start off with that. And with that, here this summer has officially now kicked off. I feel like 4th of July is really the kickoff of summer, right? And so we're going to kick off a new series right here on Rise and Grind called Summertime. But first, before we do, you know what we got to do. You know what we got to do, which I got to hook this other thing up, or I can't do it right. I'm trying to do something a little different, but it ain't working. So I'm going to plug this back in. Y'all just bear with me today. Come on. There we go. All right. Y'all know what we got to do. We got to play some music. We got to do some dancing. You ready? Here we go. Is it playing? Yeah. All right. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. This is also the part of the show where I say good morning to you and you say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live, whether you're watching on replay, doesn't matter. Say what's up, I'll say what's up back. Fair enough? Fair enough. Good morning, Frank Images on Instagram. Good morning, Alloy Artists. Great to see you as well. I'm so glad you're here this morning. All right. I wonder if I could clear that. What would happen? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. That's summery, right? I also want to say good morning to Tristy Smith. Hi, Tristy Smith. Great to see you. Good morning, Tom Popelka. What's up, Sean Weathery? How you doing, John Paul Guidry and Pierre Augustus? Good morning, Christy Wysocki. How you doing, Marilyn Wilkin? What's up, David Huey? Great to see you. How you doing, Megan DiMartino? Good morning to you as well. What's up, Carmilla? Thanks for coming by our house this weekend. Carmilla was there. What's up, Tarika Simmons? How you doing, Mike Stevens? We've also got Rodney Rock Hatfield in the house. We've also got Lydia Best. Great to see you. Don Sankey, Lorenzo Spivey. Great to see you this morning. And over on Clubhouse, we got a packed house. We've got my man Dustin riding shotgun. What's up, Dustin? Lolita's up in here. How we doing, El Michelle, TM, Kimberly? We've got Molly Dares in the house. Jeff, the entrepreneur, my man, is up in here this morning. Great to see you. What's up, Justin? Great to see you as well. My man Alpha 6 is up in here. What's up, Monica? How you doing, Coco and Sheila and Regina? We've got Robin and Allison and Trust and Gregory. We've got Delano and Heidi and Laura. C-Dot Soul, yes sir. What's up, Wendy? How you doing, Erica and Stephanie? How you doing, Samantha and Chantel? What's up, Wes? Everybody's up in here on hashtag Rise and Grind. I'm loving it. There you go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get that blood flowing. You can do it. Get that body moving. Get that heart pumping. Let's go. Let's get rocking and rolling today. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Beautiful. Hey, I love it. I love it. Hey, if you missed the party, but you're like, man, I really want to get together with people in real life, then I need you to come to the Listening and Beyond Summit in New York City, July 29th and 30th. We're going to have the most epic party ever. We're going to have the summit. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Just DM me the word summit, DM me the word summit. If you want more information on that, I'll give you a code. You can save some money, but you need to join me. New York City, July 29th and 30th. It's going to be amazing. Also, for those of you in the automotive world, my 800% Club is launching a new club or a new group this week. We launch every few months. We got a new group this week. So if you're interested in that, message me and I will let you know. Let's dive in this series, Summertime. Let's go. All right, so check it out. There we go. Man, I'm having some technical issues this morning. All right, so check it out. I opened up my hashtag Rise and Grind planner this morning, right? And as I open up my planner, as I do every day, there's a quote at the top of the planner. And these quotes are submitted. They're submitted by actual Rise and Grind members. So Amanda Kendall sent this quote. It says, life has no limitations except the ones you make. Life has no limitations except the ones you make. I was immediately reminded of my son. My son, Joel Bryant, when he was 4 or 5 years old, somewhere right in there, he grabbed a wasp nest and his hand got stung by 5 wasps. My son then comes into the house. He's crying. He's holding his hand. His whole hand's all swollen up. He's got 5 wasp stings. Imagine a little boy, little hand, 5 wasp stings, hand swollen up like a cartoon character. He's crying. He's upset. His mom's trying to calm him down. We're trying to figure it out. I reach over to my son, and I just saw this moment. I don't know if it was God or whatever you want to call it, but I just leaned into my son. I said, Joel, great job, bud. And he looked at me like I was crazy, bro. And I said, Joel, great job. You found the nest. You found the wasp nest. And because you found it, you're the tough one that could handle the stings. Imagine if your sister Savannah would have got stung. Imagine if your little sister Willow would have got stung. They wouldn't have been able to handle it, Joel. But you can handle it, buddy. And so great job. Thank you for finding the wasp nest. And now come out there with me. We're going to kill those things, man. We're going to take that thing out. And so we took the little wasp spray, and I took my son out there, and we took down the nest, and he saw me, take it down and stomp it out, kill the wasps and do all those things. And I just kept telling him, great job, son. You saved the day, bro. You're a hero. You're a hero, son. And now fast forward. My son will pick up anything. I'll see a spider that's got me scared to death. My son will walk over there and pick it up. He just picks up a spider. He's 9 years old. He picks up a spider with his hands. He'll let the spiders walk on his hands, on his arms. The boy don't care. He runs around out down the pond, and then he runs around barefoot down there, man. There's water snakes in there and all kinds of bugs, and who knows what's down in there. The boy don't care. He's absolutely fearless when it comes to the animal world, when it comes to the insect world, to the point where yesterday he was sitting on the back deck. And my best friend James, his daughter, is with us this week. And she looked at Joel and she said, don't freak out. Don't freak out. But there's a wasp on your hand. And sure enough, my son's sitting there on a chair. And there was a wasp walking around on the back of his hand, a big old wasp, man. A big old wasp. And he looked at it and just was like, oh, that's cool. And he was trying to get it to walk up his arm a little bit. And I'm watching this 9-year-old kid with a wasp on his hand. And I'm thinking to myself, if I would have seen that wasp on my hand, I would have flipped my hand so hard that it probably would have hit the table. And I probably would have broke my hand trying to get the wasp off my hand. Anybody with me? Raise your hand if you're with me. Drop it in the comments if you're with me. If you would have freaked out seeing a wasp on your hand and been like, ah! And probably smacked your hand, maybe tripped and fell trying to run and fall down, right? Would any of y'all done that? Because that's how I know that's what I would have done. I know for a fact that's what I would have done. I saw a wasp walking on the back of my hand. And how many things are like that in your life and my life? How many things are like that where our reactions are worse than the actual thing that we're afraid of? Where our fear actually causes more damage. Our fear causes more damage than the actual thing would have. The reality. The fear causes more damage than the reality. You see, there's so many things that are like that in our lives. And see, these are all limitations. These are all things that we've created in our mind. These are things that aren't real. My obsessive fear over a bee, a wasp, a spider, a bug, an insect. I mean, if you really break it down, worst case scenario, unless you got like a severe allergy. I mean, a sting's going to hurt. It ain't going to kill you, right? But we treat it like it's the end of the world. So I immediately went there when I read that quote this morning. I thought of my son. And then I thought about summertime. You see, summertime to me is about no limits, right? Summertime to me is about living a life that is free. Summertime to me is like where we're free from school, right? We're free from school. We're free from cold, restricting days of winter weather, right? We're free from that. We're free to travel and to explore. We're free to experience the universe and all of God's glory, right? Summertime to me represents freedom. And yet, for some reason, as adults, we tend to do very little with our summers. We tend to do very little of that. Like we tend to not really step into the freedom, right? We might take a week vacation, or maybe we have 2 weeks. Maybe we built up some time, right? But for the most part, the kids kind of get off. They do their thing. We keep doing our thing, and we still hold on to the same limitations that we had in the winter and that we had in the spring and that we had in the fall. We hold on to some of the same limitations that we had when we were young, when we had when we were kids, we had when we were teenagers. Some of the limitations, the limiting beliefs that were planted by our parents, by our schools, by our systems, by our teachers, by our mentors. We still live in this limited mindset. We don't live free the way that we should. Now, a big part of that is because us as adults, most of us as adults, tend to be limited in our resources. You notice that? Like if you're limited in resources, it's kind of hard to be free. Like let's just face the reality, right? Like what are some of the most integral resources in order to be free? Let's break those down real quick. All right. Some of the most integral resources in order to truly be free, one of them is time. You see, time, ultimately, you must have the resource of time. You have to have the time. You must have control over time in order to really live a life of freedom, right? I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I said, "Hey, let's go. Let's go to Texas. You want to go to Texas with me?" And then I'm going to California, and they're like, "No, man, I don't have time. Like I gotta go to work. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough vacation days. I got to do this. I got to do that. I don't have the time to do that, right?" So time is a must. It's a resource. If you want to live really free, you have to become a master of time. Another resource that's really important to freedom is money, right? You got to have money. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. Our party this weekend that we had, where we got to invite 150 of our closest friends to spend the incredible day with us, our party cost us, well over $10,000 for a one-day party. When you add in the porta potties and the decorations and the fireworks and the food and all the things. I mean, well into five figures for that particular party, right? Like, we live in a world where stuff costs. Things cost things. Taking a trip, taking a vacation, going to Disneyland, traveling the world, all of that costs you money. So in order to have freedom, you are going to have like control over your money, right? It's important. You have to be a master of your time. You have to be a master of your money. Another very integral component of freedom is you have to have belief in a higher power, I believe. If you really want to be free, then you have to have belief in something bigger than yourself. It's so incredibly important. Otherwise, you'll fear things like death. When you live in fear of death, you can make your reality scarier than the thing that you're afraid of. Now, of course, there are other things that are integral, like desire, a positive outlook in life. All of these things are resources that you have to ultimately be free. But these three, time, money, and a spiritual connection or understanding, I think go at the top of the list, if you ask me. These three things are what's keeping most people from living their life free. With no money, you have limited options, which ultimately comes from the reason most of us have no money is it comes from a fear of lack. We don't spend because we're afraid. We don't invest because we're afraid. We don't give because we're afraid we don't have enough. We are afraid that there's actually a shortage of money out there. That fear keeps us limited. When it comes to having no time, if we don't have time, then we're limited on our options. And having no time really comes from a fear of losing a job or a fear of not getting things done. You say, oh, I'm too busy because of fear. You're afraid. You're afraid you're not going to get there. You're afraid that you're going to come up short. And when it comes to our faith, a lot of people struggle, don't have this resource of faith or spiritual understanding because they have this fear of death and a belief that we are actually only human and that we are actually limited by our physical bodies and our connections to this earth. You see, what's interesting is time, money, and spirituality, all three come down to your perception. You see, just like my son Joel and the wasp, you can actually choose. You can choose to change your money situation. You can choose to change your time situation. You can choose to change your spiritual situation. You can become a master of time and find the hours. You can do that. If you become a master, if you're disciplined with your time, you can find more hours in your day. Peter Drucker said this, until we can manage time, we can manage nothing else. And I believe that. You could sleep a little less. You could spend less time scrolling. We made a post on my social media the other day. It was like, dude, if you slept 2 hours less every day, that's 14 hours a week that you would pick up, right? 14 hours a week. It's like a whole month a year. You would pick up an extra 30 days every year. You would have 13 months in the year if you slept 2 hours less a day. Just saying. Maybe it's not slept less. Maybe it's scrolled less. Maybe it's not scrolled less. Maybe it's watched TV less. You can become a master of time. You can also become a master of wealth. You could watch books, or you could read books about wealth. You could watch videos about wealth. You could take classes about wealth and wealth building. Tony Robbins said this, you either master money or on some level money masters you. But you could become a master. You could choose to do that. You could choose to invest differently. You could choose to educate yourself. You don't have to stay where you were. It's a choice. You could also choose today to become a spiritual ninja if you wanted to. You could choose to spend some time in meditation. You could choose to spend some time in reflection. You could choose to do some time doing some humanitarian work. You could choose to do that. That's always great for the spirit. Like, listen, you have to understand that you are the catalyst of all things in your life. You get to choose. You can choose to live in bondage, or you can choose to live free. It's your choice. It is your choice. And I don't know about you, but I choose to live free. That's what I prefer. I like a life of freedom. I like having the time to do the things that I want to do. I like having the resources and the money to be able to travel the way that I want to. I like having a spiritual connection to my Father, the God of the universe, and knowing that I myself am limitless. And so are you. You see, I love summer. So why not have summer 365 days a year? Why not live year round the way you like to live in summer? Where you get to go on a vacation, where you like to go travel, where you like to see the things, where you get outside with the kids, where you play, where you throw parties, where you bring people together from all over the world. Why not live that life year round? Why has it got to be stuck in the summer? It's a limiting belief. It's something that we've chosen to believe in our minds. You see, the Bible says this about the word choice. The Bible says, today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice that you make. You see that? You see that? It says to witness the choice that you make. Oh, that you would choose life so that you and your descendants might live. Listen, friends, you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And that God made you and me to be the absolute best versions of ourselves we could possibly be. And he has given us the choice, the power to choose a life of abundance, to choose a life of wealth, to choose a life of impact, to choose a life of joy. You have a choice. You are the catalyst of all things good. You are the catalyst of all things abundant. You are the catalyst of the life of your dreams. So do not allow limiting beliefs or fears to keep you from stepping into your greatness. And please understand that you choose. And I hope and pray that you'll choose life. Because here's something that I know. When you step into your greatness, it makes an impact. It makes an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. It makes an impact on me. So I, for one, am cheering for you. I'm cheering for you from the sidelines every single day. I believe in you, and I love you. And if nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I do. So step into it. Be free. Put in the work, create the disciplines, do the things now so you can be free later. That's my challenge. We'll dig in more tomorrow and the rest of the week as we talk about summertime. Summertime. Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. All right? Go to GlennLundy.com. We got plenty of them up there. If you haven't already, go ahead and share this out. Hit the plus sign over on Clubhouse. Share it over on Insta. If you want to go hang out, we're going to go hang out over on Clubhouse for a little bit. We can talk about this a little bit more, man. You got to free your mind, dude. We have to free your mind. I promise you, the answers that you seek are not found physically, tangibly here on earth. That's not where it's at. We got to free you of that. We got to unlock that. And that's what we're going to try to do this week, all right? All right. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow, 5:30-ish a.m. as we do this all over again on the hashtag Rise and Grind. See ya. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag blessed. Write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum. I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it. Ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals. I'm focused.
focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world is so alarming. I hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind, 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 good morning, don't stop, get it, get it, good morning, don't stop, get it, get it, get it, good morning, don't stop, get it, get it, good morning, don't stop, get it, get it, hashtag rise and grind, let's go, hashtag rise, let's go, let's go, let's go, hashtag rise and grind, let's go, hashtag rise, let's go, let's go, let's hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise, let's go, let's go, let's hashtag rise and grind, let's go, hashtag rise, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, everybody.